Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. Good evening. This is open meeting, March 19, 2026, 6 p.m. We're going to discuss the resolution. The rules for the resolution is you can only talk about the resolution. If you have a question, you have 3 minutes up at the mic. Resolution number 2026-03, 1901. Harry, please read it, please.
The meeting is to approve the resolution 2026-03-1901 for professional engineering services from FWH Engineering for the 2026 road improvement program.
Any questions on this resolution?
Susan Stroud,
There we go.
342 Decanter. I do have questions because I'm seeing such only 2 proposals out of 8. And I see a huge spread on the lump sum amounts. How do we publicize this opportunity?
We solicited local engineers as well as engineers affiliated through CAI.
How did you publicize it?
We didn't go out to a public bid on this now.
So you just called up, you determined who to call, and they said, yea or nay, I'll submit a proposal. Is that basically what you're saying?
Yes,
Which is why we only got 2, I guess. So they didn't request proposals. You requested they submit a
I
proposal.
said, right, we sent them RFPs.
Who prepared the statement of work?
The RFP has been drafted for a number of years. Myself, board members, I believe some past committee members had some input on it.
Okay, so based on your past experience.
Yep.
Okay, and did well, I guess you just had 2 prior engineering firms we used before, so no site visit, no pre-proposal conference?
No, they didn't ask for a site visit, but it is included in the RFP that they Cadillac and we would do a site visit.
No, I'm saying pre-proposal, which would have been valuable if someone hadn't done work for us before. Ceiling price? Do you have a ceiling price? Do you have an estimate? Because this looks like a blank check to me in a lot of ways.
Well, they don't have an estimate, none of the engineers provided one because,
Do you have an estimate?
of course.
So this is like a blank check, basically.
the proposal and the resolution are for drafting the specs. Once the specs are complete, you can go out for bid so we can get the estimates.
I'm talking about this contract, not the contract for the actual paving work and that sort of thing. I'm talking about this contract. You don't have a ceiling price, you don't have an estimate price, you have, for the most part, hourly reimbursed, meaning, when anybody gets the job done, they may agree to an hourly rate, but they also have to have a number in their head. We have to have a ceiling price on this, or where does it go?
Well, we don't know how many hours it's going to take to observe.
I didn't say that. I said, do we have a ceiling? This
Well,
looks like a blank check.
You're talking hourly rates. Hourly rates only apply to construction administration. These are lump sum numbers.
Not all of it. No.
For the specifications, they're lump sum.
No, there's time and expense cost items. travel, mileage, testing, there's different things in here that are all billed hourly.
Right, after you get done with the specifications, once we start doing administration of it and construction of observation, there's going to be hourly rates.
Hourly rates, like that right now, because we have no ceiling.
That's not something we decided, that was something decided years ago. The previous engineer did lump sum on everything.
Yeah, I can see that. That's also interesting that there's over $100,000 difference between the two lump sum amounts. It's questionable when you have that kind of spread.
All right, 3 minutes is up.
Dory, 334B. So you sent out specific RFPs to 8 companies. One of them being Wizak Engineering, who screwed up the Lake Tudor project originally and screwed up the Lake Tudor project for the repair, correct? Why would we even entertain this guy?
Well, that's your opinion on what his qualifications are, but he has a history in here of overseeing road projects, and we haven't had any issues with those road projects.
Oh, that really makes sense, Tom. And we've also worked with Flannery Webb and Hanson before, correct?
They've actually done at least the last 2 road improvements, yes.
Okay, so you have kind of a ballpark idea of what their costs are going to be?
Well, based upon last year's program, which included Edinburgh and Cambridge, we probably spent somewhere around $66,000 in engineering costs.
Okay, just an engineering cost, not the replacement of the road.
No,
Okay, how much was the replacement of the road?
I don't have those final figures here, but there was probably close to $1 million for both those locations.
Okay, let me ask all the board members, who's taken a drive down these roads and looked at what needs to be done? So we have 2 board members that didn't take a look and they're going to vote on it?
2 board members weren't on the board at the time.
Harry's been on the board, Raul's on the board. We're voting on it today, they're on the board today, isn't that correct?
Kerry was not on the board when we drove around, so I don't know.
There's a resolution up for today.
All right.
Okay? So they have a responsibility to the homeowners to go and look at the projects that are going to cost an astronomical amount of money. Because when we don't have it, Tom,
Kerry, if you went and looked at the roads.
I asked, and she didn't raise her hand, and Raul didn't raise his hand.
Yeah, well, we just got on.
I know, I just said, today is the resolution that you're all going to be voting on. How does somebody vote on something that they didn't put their eyes on? It doesn't make a difference. They're voting on it today. Your board members today. Do you not connect the dots here?
I connected dots. What is your attitude?
No, I won't, because we're in a budget crisis. You're going to keep asking us to dig in our pockets, and we have 2 board members that didn't take a look at it. Okay, so let's move.
Attitude.
Oh, I know, I've got a horrible attitude. Okay, why don't we have public opening of bids?
We have to have public opening of this.
For transparency, Tom, that would be kind of nice.
Excuse me, we used to have them and there was 1 person here.
It doesn't make a difference.
And you were the only one here.
So it's okay, if you have 1 person or 1,000 people, make it available to the homeowners and give them the option if they want to attend that. Let's see, are you making all the driveways in that areas that you're planning on resurfacing handicap accessible?
The driveways, so you're talking the existing driveways, we're replacing the aprons?
Yep.
They're going to be replaced with asphalt.
No fooling. Okay, are they going to be handicap accessible?
What do you mean by handicap accessible?
Level and smooth, that they don't have to step up by 1 inch or 2 inches because of shoddy workmanship.
No, there's a garage floor that will have a lid, and that's required to keep the water out.
Okay, but will it be level to the apron that comes out from there or not?
Well, no. So the garage floor is going to be higher than the actual apron.
Yes, I understand that, but it's all going to be smooth. People with walkers or scooters or rollators will be able to get in and out of their homes with ease.
Providing that they have an access ramp. If they're just going into the garage, they're probably not going to have too much of an issue getting over that small lid for the driveway or the garage floor. But unless there's an access ramp at the walkway, that might be a challenge for them.
Let me ask you this, why, when there's an election in another week and a half, that we're making decisions on million-dollar projects?
It doesn't matter if there's an election or not. We make these decisions every open meeting. If there's a resolution, we make them. And tonight's an open meeting, and we have a resolution.
And you sent out personally for 8 days. You didn't put it up, but there wasn't any public notice for other companies. You went to 8 companies, one that does not handle private sector work. So who's doing the homework here?
The 8 companies were sent out, and only 2 responded.
Not that convenient.
Sharon Wagner, 684A Plymouth Road. Will maps, drawings, plans, and construction documents be deliverables?
What do you mean deliverable? Do you mean hard copy? Yes, we'll get an electronic copy of that.
Okay, and then were negotiations conducted with offers, and did we just accept what they offered?
No, there wasn't any negotiations. We sent out the RFP. These are the bids that we received.
I want to turn my 3 minutes over to Susan, because these are not my questions, and that's the fair thing.
She didn't go past it. She went past the time by 2 seconds.
I really only had one more question that I wanted to ask, and that is, when you went out with your proposals, did you actually send a package to 8 different firms?
Yeah.
In that package, did you specify which items were to be proposed lump sum versus hourly or cost reimbursement? So it's up to them to kind of bid the way they want it. It just makes it harder to compare what we're looking at. Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Tom Quattrochi.
Present.
Debbie Forte. Here. Judy Ann Bates. Here. Terry Pazienza. Here. Sandra Accamato. Here. Harvey Berman. Here. Raul Rodriguez. Here.
Thank you, Gary. Approval of the minutes of open meeting February 19, 2026.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. Secretary's report. Resolution 2026-03, 1901. Carrie, please.
For the resolution 2026-03, 1901. Tom Quattrochi.
Yes.
Debbie Forte.
Yes.
Judy Ann Bates.
Yes.
Terry Pazienza. Yes. Sandra Accamato.
Yes.
Harvey Berman.
Yes.
Raul Rodriguez.
Yes.
Thank you, Gary. Treasurer's report.
As of this morning, in our Ameriprise Reserve account, we have $2,958,577.69. So far this month, we've written checks for $8,392.50. As far as our collection goes, from 0 to 30, there's 197 units, 31 to 60, 27 units, 61 plus is 30 units, and there's approximately 45 of those units out with our attorneys. That's my report.
Thank you, Judy. Attorney report?
Thank you.
Hold on. Do you have any questions for the treasurer's report? Okay, sorry.
Harris Siegel, 574B. I just have a question. Since every month we're paying a certain percentage, $20, $25 of our fee each month for the, what is it, the assessment, not assessment, the fee to go into the reserve account? How much has gone in this month? Because it seems like it's almost the same figure as last meeting.
We've had to be careful with our money because we still are paying the insurance premiums. We've funded December, and we have January, February, and March to fund, and we will have that funded in the next few months.
It should be every month funded, that's all I'm saying.
Anybody else have a question for Judy?
Dory, 334B. What's the amount in the operating budget? Or not? You're at a meeting, and you have to give a report. Why can we not get the information that's in the operating budget?
Normally it was our report, and now you're asking something different. I don't have it with me.
Okay, will you email it to me, please? Judy, will you email it to me, please? Okay, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Any more questions? Thank you. Attorney's report?
Good evening. So for February, our office collected $9,411. Collections, as usual, were amending complaints, filing foreclosure complaints, protecting the association as much as the law will permit. As far as the litigation against the planning board goes, for those that don't know, the association instituted a lawsuit. It's called an action in lieu of prerogative right against the Lakewood Planning Board, the Township of Lakewood, and Florida State LLC. They were proposing duplexes behind the association that the association felt were not in compliance with land use laws. So our office obviously followed the lawsuit. We followed the motion for summary judgment. There will be a hearing, unless there's an adjournment, there will be a hearing April 24th, 2026 to decide that motion. The judge at that time may agree with the association's position that the planning board exceeded its authority in granting that application, or it may deny the motion for summary judgment for the association. If the judge denies the summary judgment motion, there's a trial scheduled for July 24th, 2026 to hear this issue. It's not a jury trial, it's not like you see on TV, right? It's more like an appellate kind of trial where we'll argue our position, the planning board will argue their position, and then the judge will ultimately decide who's right and who's wrong, and then the association can either take that, if they lose, appeal it, and obviously the planning board can either take that or appeal it at that point. That's where we are in that lawsuit. I'll let you know, obviously, as we get closer, if anything changes, but that's generally what's going on there. Yeah, it's going to be Ocean County Courthouse. Yeah. It might be virtual. Like our hearings have been all virtual, so I'm not sure if you want to see it virtual or not. If it's virtual, they tend to restrict access.
Hi, Dory, 334B. How much does this cost us, Greg, so far?
I don't have that number in front of me.
Okay, Judy didn't have an answer, you don't have an answer. Can you get that email to everybody that was here? How much it's costing us?
I'm not going to email everybody. Let's serve that the association has our invoices.
Okay, round it out. You have no idea about how much this has cost us and how much it might cost us?
No, I don't have that. I'll make a list.
I really don't understand how you can come to a meeting and represent this HOA, and you're going to give that. No one asked you that question. That was your report. You come unprepared and can't give us figures. I don't understand that, right? How can you explain that to me? Because it's,
Sorry, my report
and all
is
our trustees are sitting here. You're all okay with this? I honestly am speechless that an attorney comes to give his report and he can't give us any figures. Who does that? You guys should be ashamed of you.
Yeah, we should. Does anybody else have any reports? All in favor of adjourning the meeting? Aye.